It consumed him. Every ounce of his body felt like it was being dipped in acid, eating away at his flesh. Tss. His skin sizzled, but something about this felt right. Something about getting infected, becoming zombie, felt right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of Stories with Ian, a metaphysical journey through the depths of my mind about all the crazy ideas I think of, turned into stories that may someday become an actual movie, which I plan on making many of in the future. You're witnessing the beginning of something very powerful. This particular episode is called Zombies. Why this? Because it isn't your average unalive people taking over the world story. No. In today's episode, you'll see that not all zombie stories, at least not the ones that I write, are the same. And not all zombies are equal. Are you ready? Now, before we get back into it, remember to hit like and subscribe and the bell notification at the bottom right so that you can be the first to see these episodes every Saturday at 7 a.m. Pacific time. And lastly, I do have to mention that everything in this story is fictional and not educational or factual whatsoever. As great as the story is, and you'll see soon how great it is, it's not real as it seems, because it's a wild one, y'all. Now, let's get into it. Chapter 1, Infection. It was a bright and early day when John got an unexpected call from his wife at work. Hi John, are you okay? Have you seen the news? Something's going on and the baby. Oh John, I don't know what to do. Hang on baby, slow down. What's going on? Did someone hurt you? No, John! Oh, will you please just watch the news? People are going crazy! Without hesitation, John turned his phone onto the news channel. We've just received news that COVID-19 has now evolved into a new strand that scientists are now calling COVID-Z. The Z standing for Zethalicide, a virus known for having its host go on a series of seizures, attack nearby personnel, temporarily pass away. Yes, I said temporarily. Temporarily pass away and then come back to life, only to spread the disease to more people by means of biting, scratching, or bodily fluids. Now, I know this may seem... John pauses the video. Huh? How? What? He tries to speak to his wife, but the words won't come out. I know, John, you need to come home right now. People are breaking into homes, stealing, looting, taking people's lives because they're afraid they might have the virus. Honey, John, listen to me! I have your son in my stomach! You cannot leave me here! I did not marry you to stand around and do nothing! Come home and protect your family now! These words pierce John. They bring him flashbacks of his drunk father, who never protected him or his mother. A father who was never present. A father who was not a father. I'm coming, says John. Chapter 2, Protection. John swings open the door and runs to his wife, only to see her being held up by the neck by their neighbor. What are you doing, Nick? Seems John. Nick growls. Something about him seems off. The area of his eyes that should be white are now all red. All the veins in his face were popping, and he only had one intent in his mind: to take the life of John's wife, and with it, his son. Listen, Nick, I know you're in there. I don't want to do this. He grabs a metal bat next to the front door. Grunts Nick, letting go of his wife, to John's relief, but now walking towards John. Nick, if you can hear me, hold up 2 fingers. He doesn't budge. The soon-turned zombie inches towards John, slowly, mouth opening, drool falling. Honey, I'm gonna count to 3. And when I say 3, I want you to run upstairs and close the door, okay? But honey, just listen to me. You wanted me here, now I'm here. Let me protect you and my son. She nods her head. I love you. I love you too, baby. 1, 2, 3! John jumps towards Nick and slams the baseball bat right into the side of his head. Crunch goes his neck and thud goes his body. There's no way he's getting up from this. As John runs towards the stairs to join his wife, he notices something. Nick's hand, the left one, unmoving, paused, lifeless. But the right one, it was slowly moving. His pinky, ring finger, and thumb were closing together, while his pointer and middle finger sticked out. John remembers what he said a few moments ago. Hold up 2 fingers if you can hear me. Does this mean Nick was still in there? Did he just take the life of his neighbor? No, this has to be some kind of coincidence. Some kind of hand reflex or something. John has no time to think of this. He shakes it off and runs upstairs. Honey, are you okay? And right after he asks her, she looks down. There's a cut on her leg. And then come back to life only to spread the disease to more people by means of biting, scratching, or bodily fluids. John remembers the news channel saying. But Nick wasn't a zombie yet, right? And if he wasn't, the virus wouldn't spread, right? But if Nick wasn't a zombie, oh no, did he just leave a zombie downstairs? Nick runs to shut the door. Honey, it's gonna be fine. It seemed like Nick hadn't turned yet, so you probably don't have anything. Plus, they'll probably find a vaccination soon. It'll be okay. Oh, honey, why are you so dumb? This is the end for me. You have to take our son. I've already come to terms with this. I need you to take me to the hospital so I can get a C-section and get him out of me before I turn. My water broke right before you came in. He notices that her dress is wet. Babe, no. Why is this happening? Why our son? Why now? Why? Hey, you remember what you always tell me, right? No, not right now, Jane. Everything happens for a reason, as long as you make it. Jane, I can't find a reason right now. I can't. I love you. If you can't find a reason, then make him your reason. She holds her stomach. And hey, I decided on a name. Guardian. Chapter 3. Metamorphosis. 20 years passed since the spread of COVID-Z, the disease that put COVID-19 to shame, whatever that was. All Guardian knew of it was that it gave the people of the time 2 years of lockdown. Guardian's whole life was a lockdown, up until recently. COVID-Z first appeared in 2023. It all started when humans no longer feared COVID-19. Due to everyone getting vaccinations, people not caring, and life simply going back to the way things were. The way things were for them. That is, things are a lot different now, which you'll see soon. Once humans found their cure for COVID-19, the COVID virus kept pursuing other hosts. Mammals were now out of the picture, so it went airborne until it started tasting other creatures. Birds were too weak. They died the instant they got infected. Fish, the same, even weaker. Now, reptiles, they worked, but not all, not the small ones, at least. The virus finally settled on crocodiles, wild ones in Florida, to be specific. It's always Florida causing the ruckus, isn't it? And since people expected crocodiles to act crazy, in the way that COVID-Z makes its hosts attack others, no one thought of it until it was too late. Enough humans got bit by crocodiles and survived. No one in Florida wore a mask. The virus kept evolving and evolving until it reached its apex form, COVID-Z. Of course, Guardian only knew this because he became the lead of research within his colony. He felt a draw towards the virus for some reason. And for some reason, he felt it was his reason for life. 5 years after COVID-Z appeared, there were more infected than there were human. 4 billion to 3. But the humans fought back. At the 10-year mark, humans regained electricity across the globe, were able to build up more advanced weaponry than ever before, and brought the infected population down to 3 billion. Now, at the 20-year mark, since COVID-Z first appeared, about 500 million of them are still running around the globe. And the number goes down each day. But Guardian believes there's a way to turn them back. He can't shake the memory of his father telling him he saw the human in them. He's seen them fighting inside before he lost his life to them too. It's that very memory that led him to start the COVID-Z research team and capture 100 of the infected to conduct his studies. But every day he goes in, and It's like he gets closer to them, like he understands them, speaks their language. He enters a lab with a containment site, a 15-inch thick and 100-foot tall glass aquarium. The lab that runs 100 meters down and 100 meters wide. The lab sits on the front end of it, with access to whoever dares enter the containment site. Guardian enters the lab and the 100 infected, blocked by the 15-inch glass wall. "Hello, my people," whispers Guardian. "I'll find a cure soon. I promise," he says as he puts his hand on the glass wall. For some reason, the infected never attacked Guardian. It's the reason he was given permission to conduct this study and have access to the containment site. "How are you?" says Jade, his lab mate, although she wants it to be something more, mate. "I see they know you're home. It's so weird how they love you like that. It's like you're their daddy." "Okay, stop, Jade, that's enough. Can you hand me that scalpel, please? I need to go in and get a sample from one of the test subjects." "Yeah, sure. Let me just..." Ow! She cuts herself with the scalpel. "What did I tell you? Always watch where you grab it. These things are old. You can't tell which is the sharp side or not. Here, let me wrap it." Guardian grabs a wrap and puts it around her cut. The two make eye contact. "Thanks," says Jade, and Guardian acts all awkward. "Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go in for a few minutes and I'll be back." Guardian washes the scalpel and begins opening the door. "Have fun with your fangirls," shouts Jade. Chapter 4, Awakening. Guardian walks into the containment site and shuts the giant triple-sided door behind him. "Hey guys," says Guardian, looking at the herd of zombies. They too have evolved. Still hard to look at though. Eyes caved in, veins popping, skin tearing, and spikes coming out of what used to be their spine. "Back up, I need to find test subject number 89. He pauses as he notices one of the zombies staring at him in a way that they never had before. "What's wrong, buddy? Something on my face?" And with that, the zombie lunges at him, bites his wrist, and immediately backs away after tasting Guardian's blood. "Ah, I see, you're new here. Yeah, no, you guys don't like my blood. And you can't transfer your zombiness to me for some reason. I'm immune." Something doesn't feel right. He feels lightheaded. He raises his wrist to see where the new zombie bit, then he sees it, a splotch of Jade's blood from when he helped her. He knows the zombies can't do anything to him, but if the virus is mixed with another infectable human's blood and entered into his bloodstream, what would happen? I guess we're about to find out. He falls to his knees. What is going on? He thinks to himself. There's pain all over, but not a pain he's felt before. Almost like growing pains. And then he sees darkness flowing into his eyes. But for some reason, it seems like he sees the world clearer. The virus. It's never tasted anything like this before. It consumed him. Every ounce of his body felt like it was being dipped in acid, eating away at his flesh. His skin sizzled. But something about this felt right. Something about getting infected, becoming a zombie, felt right. He felt powerful. So, what'd you think? Let me know in the comments if you want a part 2. And follow me on Instagram at Boggs with a Z to stay updated on my future projects. Also, I'm sorry the story was a little bit longer, but I sure hope you enjoyed it because it was so much fun to write, and that's why it's so long. And if you enjoyed it, please share it with someone you think will enjoy it too. And subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you can be the first to see and hear. I mean, really, this could be a podcast for you guys too. If I made this into a podcast, would you guys listen? Let me know in the comments. The next story, next week. However, I just want to let you guys know, I do plan on taking a break for the first time in 3 years for 2 weeks while I go leave to travel in a couple of days. So if you don't see one, just know that I'll be back in 2 weeks with a really good story. Like, I'm gonna top these past 2, y'all, and all my previous POVs and YouTube shorts. But for now, watch my last video right here if you haven't already, and rewatch your favorite videos that I've made. And DM me on Instagram what your favorite video that I've made is, because that inspires me to make more. As always, I love you. You can finish the heart right here. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you next time. Peace.